Are you trying to really connect with someone and somehow it's still not working? Well, this technique from Neuro-linguistic programming might be able to help. And that's matching their tone and their vocal cadence. I think you'll find, all things being equal, if you can match the pace that the other person is speaking, matching the tone, matching the cadence and the style, I think it's going to help you build rapport. And rapport is what we want in order to have deep connection, particularly if we have some tough subject matter or there's a tough conversation, or we're just not getting through and we need to. Like even requesting travel for a conference. That's sometimes a tough conversation. And building rapport is going to boost your odds to make that happen. So how that works is you might notice some of these videos. The cadence is pretty quick, and maybe the person you're talking with will also have that cadence. But if I'm talking with someone who just has a slower pace, I have a good friend outside of work where we'll have coffee and very much a colleague, but he's very measured in the legal profession, and it's very precise, and he speaks just a little more measured, a little slower. And so what I try and do is really match that pace, and then we stay in rapport. I'll use some other techniques like mirroring and matching the modality like visual, audio, and kinesthetic. And doing that, we can really have that deep conversation. Now, that was a little exaggerated, but I really have to work on speaking a little slower when I'm communicating with someone. In fact, try this at home or at work. If you have someone who has a little different style, okay, have maybe a normal morning conversation, low stakes, and see if the connection's there. Then maybe later on, just come back in the afternoon and have a similar conversation, but just match their pace, match their cadence. Now, there's some linkage between if they speak quickly, that might indicate a more visual modality. So that's another clue. A little more measured could mean more kinesthetic. I would look for some other clues to confirm, let's say kinesthetic, for instance, but it all ties together. So again, the main point is to be in rapport, to have that tough conversation, to really persuade. That will let them know that we're like them, on a deep brain level. Then we match their vocal cadence, their vocal variety, their tone, and we'll just strengthen the rapport. And then if we break rapport, we need to be careful not to sort of jump back to our normal pace. So for instance, with my friend, if I find we're out of rapport, I'll purposely slow down a little more to try and get it back. And then once I know it's back, let's say with pacing or leading, then we can go back to the deep conversation that we were having. And we usually talk about substantive topics too. So I very much want to be in rapport. What you have to say is important. What you're trying to persuade people to do is important. So I urge you, consider NLP. Look up some of these tools. Look up some of the other tips. This one, if we match vocal tonality and cadence, I think we'll find that we have a easier time getting rapport and then also keeping it. Then we can have a more effective time persuading someone else of our idea or just communicating what we need to say. Comment below if you agree with this, if you disagree. Let me know what you think, and I hope to see you in the next tip.